Now, we've got guests here, haven't we?
Yes, we're very lucky. We're having some lovely guests this afternoon, and we have another pair who are going to be just as wonderful. It's Kelly and Woolley. I've set you up now, haven't I?
Oh, yes, we better be good after that.
Now, you're playing in the club tent tonight as part of the Cambridge Folk Club.
That's right. Yeah.
Have you played there before many times?
We have, but I think last time we were here on behalf of Ely Folk Club. But,
and I've played quite a few times for the Mayflower Folk Club back in the years.
When the days, yeah.
It's good to get in with a few then, isn't it? Then you can get in.
Yeah. But we're on about 7 o'clock tonight. So after this interview, we're going to go and watch a few things and chill. And try not to forget our words.
This is your sound check for later on.
Yeah, it's the perfect thing.
A nice warm-up set for you.
Yeah.
So would you like to play something first and explain what it is, and then we'll have a little
talk. Yeah. So I've been playing Cajun music in British Cajun bands since about the 80s, and recently assembled 2 chords into a traditional Cajun structure, and it took some traditional Mardi Gras lyrics, and this is called Mardi Gras Revisited. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, mon cher. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du pan d'hiver. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, mon cher. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du pan d'hiver. On vient de l'Angleterre, oh mon cher, on vient de l'Angleterre, c'est le temps du pan d'hiver. On boit de la bouteille, oh mon cher, on boit de la bouteille, c'est le temps du pan d'hiver. Bonsoir au maître et la maîtresse, oh mon cher, bonsoir au maître et la maîtresse, c'est le temps du pan d'hiver. Here we go now. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du pan d'hiver. Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? Oh mon cher, Mardi Gras, où viens-tu? C'est le temps du pan d'hiver.
Fabulous. That was fantastic. Fantastic.
That was wonderful. Now, where are you both based?
So I'm based in Bury.
And I'm 200 yards down the road.
So how did you come across Cajun music then?
Well, a bus driver from Camberwell Bus Garage in South London came up to me in the street and said, would you like to join our Cajun band in about 1985, I think it was, just after I'd moved back to London. Actually, a mate of his had seen me play fiddle in a rather bizarre post-punk band in Brighton in the early 80s. So I said yes, of course I said yes, but then I had to go away and learn some Cajun tunes. So the great thing about it is it's very simple chord structures, but it learnt me how to double stop. I started learning how to play and sing at the same time, which is the hardest thing on the planet, really. So, and then after 3 years of working together, Gary and I accidentally discovered we both played. And so then we did our first gig at Ely Folk Festival in about 12 years ago. So,
Yeah.
So, can you actually speak Cajun?
well, I speak a sort of Suffolk dialect of Cajun French.
We wouldn't know, would we?
I'm a bit worried because one of the people who's definitely here tonight is Jenny who teaches languages at Long Road, and she was highly suspicious of my French dialect. I said, "You do realise it's in dialect, don't you?" But yeah, I mean I've got good French, but I don't really sing with a Louisiana accent because they sing sharsh instead of shersh and that kind of stuff. So it's a very different kind of set of sounds really to what I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you went over there how you'd get on, but it would be a different
adapt
dialect.
quite quickly. I'm sure,
Yes, you would. Absolutely.
Strongly.
I also imagine that they'd be very impressed that you're giving it a go.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I mean
it's-
they're very welcoming, and
Yeah.
everyone who's been over said people are just fantastically welcoming, and certainly the bands we've had touring here, they all, they're all bilingual and they sing in Cajun French and speak in Louisiana English. So yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
great. It's dance music, just the way the Irish tradition was of creating your own music to dance to. Cajun was like that too. So wherever we play it, it always gets.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a habit of gatherings of little children who seem to really love it.
I'll bet
Really
they do.
love it.
Yeah, we
dancing
played
and
at the
jigging
Botanic Gardens one time. There was about 50 or 60 kids dancing. Now and then a parent would run on and grab one and take it away.
Well, I think little children are less inhibited, and
They
they
are.
just they
Yeah.
go with the
Yeah.
flow of they
They
feel it
do.
in
They
themselves,
feel the
and then they
beat,
just have to
yeah.
dance. So I
Yeah.
think
But we
it's
don't
brilliant.
only play Cajun, it's fair to say, and
Yeah.
our other song is going to be one of Gary's own songs.
Perfect.
The ones we're playing tonight is a kind of mixture of kind of traditional. I said that's one I sort of wrote, but as I said, the two chords are hardly untraditional. So it's a question of writing in the style, really. is
And
what's,
But
just
it's really stomping, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
I was
kinda
going to say,
like that
have you ever been
dancey
to Mardi
stomping.
Gras?
No,
That
I've
was
never
some-
been to Mardi
Oh,
Gras. No,
that's another one on my
it's
list.
a retirement plan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've
Every
been to
time-
New Orleans, but
You've
not
been,
to Mardi
yeah,
Gras.
yeah.
Okay.
Every time I plan to go to the States,
Something
something
happens.
shockingly terrible happens, and
Yeah.
you kind of think, oh, I'll leave it another couple of years and wait till the war's over or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I would say it's another one of my. I said yesterday, Nashville was one place I want to go. Also, Mardi Gras, New Orleans, and
Yeah,
while Mardi
definitely,
Gras
yeah.
is definitely another
Yeah.
one.
But Baton Rouge and all the kind of towns where Louisiana name checks in all those songs, you kind of think, yeah, I've got to go there.
Yes,
So-
yeah. Tick them all off on your map of
Yeah.
music. Now, I think you're going to play another song for us. You were saying
Yeah.
one of
Yep.
yours, Gary.
So this is a song I wrote about the roads and byways of southeast Leicestershire, where I grew up. And I'd been to a friend's funeral about 30 years after moving away from Leicestershire. And I went for a walk back down lanes I hadn't walked down since I was a kid. And it was a pretty heavy day, so it had quite a big effect on me. And I wrote this song more or less within a week, really. And it's called These Country Lanes.
And there's a reference to Cromwell in the chorus.
There
which,
is. It's very, very
local-
close to Naseby.
Yeah, and,
Um,
local yarns have it that Cromwell went down that way.
Yeah. Spring will bring the flowers, the hazel bushes too. The smell of summer in the air and the morning dew. The grass is somehow greener and the birds are on the wing, and they're full of hope and colour, of all a song to sing. Summer brings the best out on these old byways. The solstice gives the night time much longer days. I walk the lines till sunset, red into the night, and the barn owl is out there, quartering the sky. These country lanes have seen some years and many hopes and fears, from town and hamlet, village, farm, and a coaching in for beer. I walk these lanes through seasons and I love them more and more. And they say that Cromwell walked this way in the Civil War. Autumn comes too quickly, the nights are drawing in. The shadows on the lanes are casting long and thin. The colours have turned to golden and the swallows have all gone. Winter's round the corner and everywhere's forlorn. And in the winter the leaves have fallen, but the ivy stays so green. The old shows its berries when foraging is lean. The willows gently swaying and their trunks so gnarled and bent. The easy summer hedgerow is bare and brown and spent. These country lanes have seen some years and many hopes and fears. From town and hamlet, village, farm and a coaching in for beer. I walk these lanes through seasons and I love them more and more. And they say that Cromwell walked this way in the Civil War. It's 50 years or more now since first I walked these lanes. The verges and the ditches are still waiting for the rain. And I am grey and fragile and a stroll is all I do. But I'll never forget these old lanes, green and brown and blue. These country lanes have seen some years and many hopes and fears. From town and hamlet, village, farm and a coaching in for beer. I walk these lanes through seasons and I love them more and more. And they say that Cromwell walked this way in the Civil War.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that's
you very much.
Yeah,
that's
I think that gives you a
fantastic.
sense of the two sides of our repertoire. Really, we
Yeah.
kind of like to hop back across the Atlantic and to and fro.
Yeah.
So some of our English songs, the ones we've written, are more English sounding. Some of them are more American sounding.
Yeah, I quite
So-
like that. That's quite a spread, actually, of different sounds.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
the tunes have done that in their lifetime as well. So all the tunes that they play in America came at some point from Europe, and then bounced back to Europe, and then went back across, and so on. So there's lots of people saying, "Is this an Irish tune? Is this an Appalachian tune?" There's no way of knowing historically, really. A lot
Yeah.
of those tunes.
Kind of almost need not to worry about it.
No,
do you? Just if
exactly,
you enjoy it as
exactly.
music, I
Yeah.
guess.
Not overanalyse it too much.
Yeah,
eh?
and also I love the fact that you said that's because that's where you grew up, and you've just written a song about literally the street that you were walking down. But it could be any kind of traditional folk song as well.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely memorial as well to the friend that you lost in
Yeah,
some
Yeah.
respects,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was the drummer in the first school band I ever played in.
Oh,
Yeah.
And terrible loss, very young.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad when that happens. So you're obviously local and in the area. Where can Cambridge people hear you play normally, if they're not at the folk festival, of course,
Well,
at the moment?
next Wednesday we're playing at the Tall Trees on Johnny Wright's Blues Night,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is a great institution, Cambridge institution. We've played in it in four or five different pubs actually, and it's now settled on Tall Trees for the moment, every Wednesday night, and that's a fabulous night. The best house band we've ever played with. Absolutely
Oh, really?
amazing.
The Tall Trees is a great new venue for
And
Cambridge,
it's a
isn't
lovely
it?
venue.
it is, yeah.
I'm not
Lovely
sure how
venue.
many people already know about it,
No.
but it needs to be.
No, so Lensfield Road. But yeah, it's a delight. It's beautiful inside, and it's a good acoustic. Lovely
Good sound
lovely
system.
guys behind the bar. Good sound system. Yeah, it's a great.
But other
Perfect
than
night
that,
out.
we're at the folk clubs around the region. We just finished recording our third CD, which will be out in the late autumn.
Yeah. And we're going to do a little
and
kind of
We're all over social media.
launch tour in the spring. So we're just negotiating with Cambridge Folk Club which March date to play a kind of album launch at, and we've got one probably coming at Royston Folk Club as well, and so on.
Excellent.
And I think Ely said, yeah, we'll have you back because we played Ely Folk Club a couple of weeks ago, supporting one of Gary's heroes, Pete Morton, who's a Leicestershire singer-songwriter. He's a astonishing guy, and so we said, look, when the album's out, have us back because we'll play some of those songs. So.
Fantastic.
Great fun, yeah.
Well, good luck with your gig
Thank you very much,
tonight.
yes.
What time? Remind us when you
7
play.
o'clock.
7:05. Yeah.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's all of the Cambridge Folk Club choices are brilliant. Mythopoeic and Elsie, who we did a kind of warm-up gig with a couple of weeks ago, both annoyingly young and annoyingly talented. And,
I hate when that happens.
lovely, charming and modest,
I
which
think
is kind of just
I think
fantastic.
the Cambridge Folk Club are taking over from like 5 o'clock-ish, aren't they? I think, and playing through till later. So you can see all those. And I believe we might have an interview with Elsie at some point, which we pre-recorded before the set. So we'll play that when we get a chance to.
Thank you for
very
asking
much.
us to play, and
thank
have a
you
great rest of the
for
festival.
coming, and thank you for playing for us. That was great.
Thanks.
Thank you. And we're going to go to a little bit of